Today we're going to meet an artist that you're familiar with from second grade named Vincent van Gogh. I'm going to show you a brain pop video about him, but when you're watching the video, I want you to listen out for the answers to these 5 questions, and in a minute you're going to work with your table teams to answer them. Be on the lookout for question number 1, which is, what is a sketch? Question number 2, what did Van Gogh like to sketch? 3, name the title of one of his first moody paintings. What techniques is he famous for using in his paintings? And what types of things did he like to paint? And there's more than one. And lastly, what is a still life?
You finished your painting? Wow, Moby. It reminds me of a painting by Vincent van Gogh. Who was Vincent van Gogh? Vincent van Gogh was born on March 30th, 1853, in the Netherlands. Vincent was very quiet and serious, and often sad. As he was growing up, he had a hard time in school. When he was 15, he quit school. Van Gogh became more interested in art and started to sketch. When you sketch, you draw something roughly or quickly. Van Gogh often sketched people and things he saw around him. He would send letters with his sketches to his friends and his brother Theo. We know much about Vincent van Gogh's life because of the letters he left behind. We can also see how his art and his ideas changed over time through his sketches. One of Van Gogh's early paintings is called The Potato Eaters, and it has dark colors and shadows. It explores the lives of hardworking farmers who live simply. As Van Gogh practiced his art, he experimented with colors and used different techniques. A technique is a way you do or create something. What techniques did Van Gogh use in his paintings? At the time, many artists were painting with thick brushstrokes. But some artists were using small, light brushstrokes to create a picture. Others used dots or points to create a painting. Van Gogh started using these techniques in his own artwork. This painting looks a lot different from The Potato Eaters. Van Gogh started to swirl his brush around, paint thin lines, and even squirt paint right onto the canvas so it's really thick. At the time, many artists used colors that made their paintings look like real life. But Van Gogh used bright colors to communicate feelings and ideas. What did Van Gogh paint? Van Gogh created many still life paintings, which are pictures of an object or a group of objects. Like other artists, Van Gogh painted still lifes to explore how light hits different objects and how colors can look different in light. He also painted landscapes and explored colors, patterns, and shapes found in nature. The colors in this painting pop out, partly because he uses dark colors next to light ones. Van Gogh used colors to communicate feelings. In this painting, he uses different shades of yellows. The artwork seems to communicate happiness, even though some of the sunflowers are dying. Van Gogh also painted self-portraits, which are pictures an artist creates of himself or herself. He painted many self-portraits, and each give hints about how he was feeling. For most of his life, Van Gogh struggled with tough feelings, such as anger and sadness. Once, he argued with a friend, and he was so upset that he cut his ear. No, Moby, he didn't cut off his whole ear. That's a myth, and it's not true. Van Gogh drew a portrait of himself to show how he felt. He needed help dealing with his thoughts and feelings, so he went to a hospital. There, he painted to help him feel better. While he was in the hospital, Van Gogh painted The Starry Night, which is now one of the most famous paintings in the world. The swirling brushstrokes make it seem like the sky is moving. The painting Irises shows different shapes and outlines. It communicates feelings of calmness and peace. Vincent van Gogh died on July 29, 1890, but his memory lives on in his artwork. Many artists have learned from Van Gogh's paintings and use his techniques in their own work. Sometimes I wish I could live in a Van Gogh painting because they're so beautiful. Whoa!
Let's pause and answer those questions and then continue on with our day 1 activity. The questions are, what is a sketch? What did Van Gogh like to sketch? Name the title of his first moody painting. What techniques did he use in his paintings? What types of things did he paint? And lastly, what is a still life? So this is the artwork that we will be inspired by. It is called Still Life with Basket and 6 Oranges by Vincent van Gogh. It shows a still life. And today, on day 1, we will begin creating the background, which will be the table and the wall behind our still life fruit basket. Step 1. When you get your light gray paper, write your name and your class code on the back, flip it over, find the middle, and draw 3 lines, and it gives the optical illusion that you have a table at the bottom and 2 back walls on the upper part. You'll get some crayons and you're going to trace over your pencil lines. I prefer to use black, but you can use whatever color you like in the tray. And then get your texture rubbing sheet, place it under your paper, and get a different color, and start to rub different colors on the tabletop. And I prefer to use a different color for the walls behind. If you want to, you can do 3 different colors, and you can even layer colors together on the wall behind. Step 2. So you will receive a basket with plastic fruit in it, and you can inspect the basket and see that there's an oval at the top. When you get your half sheet of light brown paper, start at the top edge, draw a long oval all the way to both sides of the paper, and we want to do this to make sure that when we have our fruit, that there's enough room in the top of the basket for the fruit to go in. Then draw the bottom U shape of your basket. You are going to receive another tray of crayons with paper on them this time that are orange and brown and black, and you will trace over your pencil lines in black crayon and look at the weaving in the basket and the top edge of the basket at your table, and you will draw vertical, horizontal, diagonal lines, whatever type of woven basket you like. And I like to go over the edge with black crayon to give it a little shadow, and also check out the shadow inside the oval at the top to make it look more realistic. Clip together both your basket and your background. For step 3, we will create an illusion that our basket can hold fruit for our still life. So you're going to have to fold your basket in half and snip the center, and then unfold it and snip along the edge, but do not go all the way to the other edge, just enough so you can do this. So then you can put your hand inside and see the optical illusion that it's a basket that can hold something. You'll find your background and an Elmer's glue. Pick off the end that's dry, twist open the glue, and be sure to put the dots exactly where I am showing you here so you do not get glue on that opening. One finger from the bottom, place it down so we have plenty of room to insert our still life fruit. Then place it on the drying rack because we used Elmer's glue.